Welcome to the Radical Care for Christian Counselors podcast. My name is Bethany Boring, and I'm so excited that you're here, but let's make sure that you're in the right place. Our focus here is to help others to dare to do more than just survive and to step out and thrive in their calling. We talk a lot about deep community and transformational work because you should not be doing counseling, coaching, pastoral care, mission work, parenting alone. But really, how do we invite people into that sacred, safe space? Well, that's what we talk about here. And we talk about projects and how to not do them alone. And in fact, our project that we're talking about the next couple weeks is the Joy Catcher book. And this is my latest project. If you would like to pick up this children's book, I would love for you to do so. I would love to see your pictures and hear comments from you. So definitely pick up the book. It's called The Joy Catcher children's book. It's on Amazon.com, or you can just go to thejoycatcherbook.com to see more available options and news and all the good stuff about the Joy Catcher book and how you can support and encourage, because proceeds of this book go directly to the Charge Syndrome Foundation. We love to support them. We want to make sure that those kiddos and those families can find community and transformational support and encouragement. With that being said, I'll invite you back into the conversation with Lowri and and I want you to really hone in on something, because the part of the conversation today just really just blew me away. Because I'm not going to give everything away, but there's so much power for us to name what we see in other people, their gifts, their talents. Because A, many people don't realize that. But B, you never know how your encouragement and you helping them see that will draw out the truth, that will draw out their hidden potential. I don't care who you're with or where you're working with. We all need that person in our lives. So I look forward to hearing your review of our conversation and what you walk away with. So definitely stick around to the end. And if you're one of those people that kind of hate jumping in right in the middle of a conversation, I totally get that. You can go back a couple weeks because this series has gone on for a couple weeks, or you can also watch the entire video that's available at thejoycatcherbook.com. You can watch the entire thing. Love to hear back from you. Love to hear back what you're walking away with, and stick around to the end for a little bit more encouragement. Let's take a bit of time here and talk about the actual book itself, the Joy Catcher book, and just a little bit about the story. We don't want to give it away to everybody, but if we were supposed to talk to somebody about, like, okay, what's the story about? And it's funny because I have 3 boys, as you know, and we actually included them a little bit in the book in the drawings, which is kind of funny. Lori's so awesome at that. And here's the really cool part. As of this recording as well, we have not met in person.
Nope.
Which is insane. She has drawn me. You have literally drawn me. And goodness gracious, that's so funny. But we're so excited that, hopefully, fingers crossed, that we're going to be meeting in person at the Charge Syndrome Foundation conference. So we're so excited. That's going to be wild. We're going to have so much fun. Ah, but that's another testament to all this too, is that it's just crazy how much is possible. So all of this to say, my kids, my boys were watching all this unfold, and they had not read the story. They didn't know anything about it. And so they were always asking me, Mom, what's it about? And so in a nutshell and I'd love to hear you add on to this too after all of our time in it. My nutshell description, and you can also read it on the book too, but it's basically a little girl wanting to play baseball and having an idea in her head what it would have to look like and thinking that she couldn't do it. But then her grandpa comes in and actually really sees her and sees her potential. And he gets to walk with her, and she's able to see it completely differently. And to me, it almost even better, and set her up for success. So it is built off of, yes, my true story. This actually did happen. Some of the events may have been changed just a little bit. But the actual story itself was a real event that happened and really did, impact me in huge ways. And so I'm curious to you, Lowri, if you got to summarize the book and you can maybe add something that maybe I didn't add in there, whatever, how would you describe it to people?
I think obviously the same. Like obviously that is what the story is about essentially, but I think just adding in like the little girl in the story, obviously Bethany as when she was younger, like the perseverance that you had to and the determination that like even though thinking you couldn't do it, you still did it. And like pushing yourself to learn and obviously with the help of grandpa believing in you, like that's a big thing I think. And I think that definitely makes the story like it
Yeah.
just shows that just by pushing yourself that little bit harder,
Mm,
like the perseverance and the determination to do something will you will always like lead to success.
mm, that's horrible. I don't know. That's great. And then one thing I'm thinking too is that as I'm listening back to what you said, the grandpa actually taught the girl and saw something in the girl that she didn't see in herself.
Yeah.
So I'm almost seeing how we've done that for each other in this
I
whole
was
process.
just about to say the same thing.
So what comes to mind as you hear that?
Just like obviously, like I said previously, I didn't have a lot of confidence before this project, and the fact that you believed in me,
Hmm,
like, helped me to believe in myself.
hmm, huge. Yeah. And to have you share the words and have the vision for what the words and were and just how it all flowed. And you just really encouraged me too. And
Yeah.
having that excitement and to join together in these dreams, right?
Mhm.
And I think so many times it's like, I don't know if we had a vision of what this was supposed to look like or sizing or any of that kind of stuff. We just had the idea of we wanted to do it. And I think that's one thing to pull out too out of this book is that it ended differently, possibly, than what the reader would think it would.
Yeah.
And what actually happened, you're like, wait, what? But I think that happens with all the projects that we do.
Mhm.
It could end up differently. And so that's good.
Mhm.
All right, my friend. Any last words, any parts of encouragement that you would like to just share with people? Oh, well, one question I had, this is out of order, but anyway, one question I had too, and I'm not even looking at the questions. We talked about questions that we were going to do, and I'm not sure if I even hit any of them. That's kind of funny. But anyway, I have a curious question. What was your favorite part, or maybe your favorite page when you were illustrating things? Like, what was that part that you really enjoyed that you're just like, this is so much fun to draw?
That's a hard question because
I know,
I
I'm asking all the
really
hard
have
questions.
no, but I've loved doing all of it. That's the thing. Like
Mm,
I've already like illustrated books from uni. Like I've illustrated like 3 or 4 books, like aside from this book, obviously the Joy Catcher. But this has been my favorite book to illustrate.
mm.
And I've loved every single minute of it. But I think mainly maybe like the pages. I don't want to give too much of the story away.
I know.
Um, but I the page where the grandpa and the girl are jumping in the air and
Mm, yeah.
like just the excitement coming from them. And it was just like a really happy, lovely page to illustrate. And I also like the one page where they're very close together, where the grandpa's
Mm,
holding her shoulders and
yes.
like telling her that like she can do it. Um,
Yes.
yeah. And
I love
just
that.
obviously the end couple of pages as well.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but I've enjoyed every single minute of it.
Thank you so much for enjoying this series with me, all about the Joy Catcher. And just in case you missed it at the very beginning, you can pick up this book right now. If you're looking for a book that can encourage, that can inspire, maybe even hold on to a dream that you want to have, well, come and pick it up. The Joy Catcher is available on Amazon and hopefully other bookstores. But to get the latest news, check out thejoycatcherbook.com, or you can also look at bethanyboring.com. And again, I would love to see you in one of the groups. More information at bethanyboring.com. And remember, Dare to do more than just survive. Step out and thrive. See you guys back next week. Bye.